its wings. A corruption so deep it poisons everything. But in the shadows, a group of heroes arise. Bound by courage, they'll never compromise. Through treacherous valleys and mountains high, they fight for justice, never questioning why. Their hearts ablaze, united they stand against the forces of evil hand in hand. Oh, hear the legends of our sacrifice. In the face of darkness, we will rise with valor in our hearts. We'll take a stand, defend us on Freya, we'll save the land.
Good evening, everybody. Matt Geary here for Geek Pride's Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, The Legend of Our Sacrifice. With me tonight, we have Conrad as Arno Jerkel. If you weren't watching, you'll find out very soon. Michael is Tharval Eldon. If only I could fly! Yeah, well, we were meant to have an Elven Ranger, but he decided to go out drinking to the Fla in Belfast instead of playing with his nerd friends. So disappointing.
How dare he?
How dare he?
How dare he?
How bloody dare he? We have Jace as Brother Gadden.
Why? Why?
Farmer Lecky as Bartholomew Pringle.
Stand on one leg with my car, 5G.
It cut off at the worst time possible.
Marcus Lance.
Wanker, waste of my fucking time.
And Vic as Saren Sang.
I'm going to be the worst rogue in the history of rogues.
So yes, yeah. Well, I did some prep, obviously. So my brother decided to go out drinking and forget about the game, and Barty's his signals
middle
up
of a
and down.
field.
So we'll try and power through and see where we get, and then we can hopefully sort of finish off in Rel Thalor and have a bit of a break, and then get back to it. Okay.
So Dick, now that you've turned over your character sheet and you've read the other side, are you going to be more effective now?
Theoretically.
Oh yeah, you're only level 7. You're only level 17 now. And you should have seen like the D&D chat we've got. It's like, oh my god, I can do this. I can do this.
Right,
It was
finally.
like, right. I was
Shut
wondering,
up.
like, with all your attacks and
Well,
stuff
that's
were
what
pretty
that does.
lame, and I'm like, you are a pretty high level. And if you're only doing like 5 damage, and it's
It's putting it
As
on the
much as a
sheet.
level
I know
one.
nothing. I have researched.
At least you're alive somehow.
at least you're alive.
You're not dead, you're sleeping, damn it.
Okay, yeah. So, unfortunately, we did have a pretty action-packed last session for those of you who were there, paying attention, watching. Unfortunately, no. Fortunately, Thraнаx was defeated. Finally, Thraнаx Skeletor was defeated. Unfortunately, that defeat came at the cost of our bard
party
slash
member.
warlock's life. He used the fate dice to cast a negative number. The negative number unfortunately went into himself, but with that, it took the life of Thraнаx. Unfortunately, due to the very high number that was sent to me, that ended his life, unfortunately. And therefore, the group are now huddled around the sort of dying corpse of of their friends.
Dead. He's dead.
Yeah. How long has Arno been in the how long has Arno been in the campaign for?
Oh, years
Since
now.
Zoroaster.
No, it was before Jorathrasta. You
No,
Well
not
before
Jorathrasta.
you were
It was what was the other
Baylor.
island that
so
we went to?
Balon. So you were in Balon. I
Balon,
think
sorry.
you were
Balon.
there just before Kiberath. Oh,
Think
were you there for
I- I was there for that whole. They met me there on that island where we fought the Elder Brain.
Yes, that's it. You did. Yeah, so that's yeah. So that was a fair bit ago. Fortunately,
Wow.
as the series is called, The Legend of Our Sacrifice, and the ultimate sacrifice was given by our bard / warlock, and he is residing on the floor currently with the rest of the party huddled around him. I did have a picture which I've completely forgotten to upload, but you can use the theater of your.
You said you did prep.
I did of the other stuff. This is why I didn't fully prep. That's why it's still kind of semi-teetering on working at the minute. I'm feeling like if I upload that photograph, like everything's going to crash out and die. So I'll probably leave it. So, in fact, let me. So that's pretty much where we left it. So everybody's sort of huddled around. Everybody's huddled around Arno. There's been a few things have been said by people. Obviously, it's quite upsetting. Currently, you have Brother Gadden sort of cradling Arno in his arms. He's sort of made an oath. You've made an oath, haven't you, Gadden? When you were sort of talking, wasn't too
No,
Bahamut.
it was revival.
He cast
used the
resurrection.
I cast resurrection. I cracked open the pendant that had Gadden had given Arno that belonged to his kid, and inside the pendant is a diamond worth 100 gold, and he's used it to try and bring back Arno, and that failed.
And for some reason didn't work. But I feel like Arno kind of twitched, right?
Yeah,
Like,
there was a bit of a
you haven't-
twitch.
yeah.
But okay, I'm not gonna try and look for the photograph, but there's some good AI art we had for it, and we put in the cart. But there you go, you know. So right, are we gonna do this? Okay, so Arno, you and I will. In fact, we'll do this. Right. So, Gadden, as you're you're cradling, Arno, with this sort of, you feel a twitch, in his hand, and it's him sort of reaching, so fumbling around, reaching into his pocket, and he sort of takes out this crumpled up piece of paper, covered in blood, and he sort of puts it into your hand, before sort of his eyes sort of kind of flickering and closing. There's a smile on his face as his final eyes, as his eyes finally close.
I can't remember what was inside the. He hasn't opened the letter yet. I thought we did.
So I can fast forward it if you wish. So you open the
No,
letter.
no.
You
No,
haven't
no.
you haven't opened this paper
Yeah.
yet.
Okay, fine. So, not sure. He's a bit distraught, and he isn't actually sure what to do. He's cast the spell and almost defiantly wills it again, as if to see if the spell will work again or not. The diamond is crushed. It's disappeared and dissipated against the failed magics. You saw light trace from his hand and his body and go up into the heavens and come back down, and didn't raise Arno, even with the small twitch that you saw. It failed. He couldn't feel his heartbeat. He says nothing at first, and then he whispers quietly with a croaked voice. He hasn't quite he's just teary in the eyes, and he looks at the rest of them and he says, "I can't feel a heartbeat. I can't feel him. I'm good at this. I'm fucking good at this. And he's not coming back. Guys, what do I do? What do we do?"
Hand on your shoulder. Say,
Your audio's echoey.
sorry. How's that?
Yep.
I put my hand on your shoulder and gently just say, sometimes even the gods can't help us to undo things that are meant to be.
It's not meant to be like this, though.
You look at the piece of paper. It's a letter. It's a crumpled up letter. In your hand. It's covered in his blood. And it has a sort of line on it saying it has some writing on it in Arno's handwriting saying, "My last line."
He does it. Is the letter long?
That again?
Is the letter long? Like,
Right, so
does it,
if you want to, so you open up, and with it, you start to read a song that he's written for you. He's obviously written this in the past with the concept that one day this might happen. And it goes something like this.
Wait. I think wait. Before that happens,
Yep.
He because he identifies that it's a song, and he sees the lyrics, and he sees it's structured in a way that you would read a song with stanzas and little. He imagines that he would at some, Arno might have written a couple of notes and chords in there. He just sort of like holds on to his holy symbol and he says, "Ah, shit. He left a song before he went. I'm gonna just do something here because I don't know if it'll work or not, but let's see what happens." He whispers quietly and holds onto his holy symbol and casts a spell ceremony. Unsure what he wants to do with this. I think he goes to dedication.
Touch.
So he touches one. The dedication is you touch one humanoid who wishes to be dedicated to your God's service, and for the next 24 hours, the target will make a saving throw. But like the flavor for this is more the case of like dedication to like just give him one last lifeline and hope that the song might, jilt him that he like Bahamut will throw him a line.
Yeah. That's okay. Okay, so you start to read the lyrics. The lyrics, you sort of hear a sort of an ethereal sort of music, as if the wind was carrying it. And you're sure you sort of kind of hear his voice going along with the song.
What time does bring your kids to it to
If
start?
this is my last
What time
flight,
does bring your kids to it
keep
to
your
start?
eyes on the road.
25 past 8.
I'm leaving you the map, not the weight I had to hold. Don't stand in my door with tears in your hands. I need you moving forward. I need you to understand. what I gave. Let it count, let it light up the dark. Your strength was never armor, it was always in your heart. Don't mourn me tonight, go do what must be done. Don't let my
Gonna let it play in the background while the sort of we carry on. So you read through this this ode to you to sort of carry on the fight in his name. With that, Arno, you hear you hear the song that you wrote. You hear it sort of singing in the wind. You hear sort of its melody. You find yourself walking through a familiar forest, and you come to a sort of opening. See a lake, one that maybe you grew up near or played with your brother. Got fond memories of this place, whatever it is. There's a little girl standing beside a boat. She smiles at you. Obviously, you recognize this little girl. It's Rebecca. And she just puts her hand on the boat and says to you, "The fight's over now, Arno. Whenever you're ready."
Arno takes a small step forward with hesitation and then stops and looks behind his shoulder and sees there's no one else there. And he turns back to Rebecca and looks at the boat. And he stands next to her and he just touches the rim of the boat and sort of smoothly runs his hand along it and squeezes the boat hard just to feel that, you know, this is very much real.
While obviously the rest of you, when this song's going on, and it's being effectively like Garen's reciting it to you, but it seems like the music sort of filling your ears and the melody sort of is within the sort of kind of the breeze that blusters around you. You see a sort of image. It's like a clouded image in can you see this? You see a clouded. Does everybody see that, by the way? Yeah.
Yeah.
You see a clouded image. It's like it's like a warrior. It's like just the fog. It's like the fog of war. It's very cloud. You sort of see a silhouette, and you see it within sort of what looks like quite a grand city. You don't see any features. You just know he's an extremely tall, sort of large character. You don't get any sort of context on what this is, and it seems to fade as soon as it came. Arno, as you sort of stroke the as you stroke the sort of rim of the boat, you hear a cry coming from the left of you, from the other part of a wooded area. You see Kivy running out of the woods, screaming at you. I'm not even going to do it because I'll sort of get myself in an emotional state, but she screams at you to sort of stop, not to do it. She insists that you come back and not get in the boat. Rebecca stands there, and she doesn't force it. She doesn't force you. She just gives you a half grin. Kivy is floods of tears. She's dressed sort of, you know, she's generally quite well dressed and presented. Last time you saw her, obviously she'd been quite sort of maltreated and wasn't looking, but you can see the glow, but you can see sort of fury in her eyes, sadness, rage, just because, you know, she can't handle you going.
Ano turns to her and lets go of the boat and takes a few steps forward and sort of meets her and stands in front of her, and for the first time he sees that instead of him taking a knee and bowing to her, that she's done the opposite, and she is on her knees looking up at him with tears, and Arno just looks at her and smiles, and he says, "This is not your fault. There is nothing you could have done. In fact, it is the strength I found within myself that was from you."
She's like, no, I won't let this happen. I won't let this happen. She sort of kind of rises up, and sort of her more regal form sort of appears as sort of light and sort of power radiates from herself. He says, "I will give you everything." And she starts to sort of kind of raise her hands. As she does this, a old man sort of stumbles out of the woods as well. Again, you recognize him. But he's a shell of his former self. He is emaciated. He's coughing. He can barely walk. But he has enough power to sort of kind of shout down Kivy. You hear this very sort of loud, booming voice, which, you know, you've heard maybe once in his draconic form, but it's not the old man, telling her to stand down. He then goes back into his sort of normal sort of old man voice. And he says, "Kivy, you must return. Lionel cannot hold this on his own. You must go back to the dragon chessboard, and you must stop her from leaving. This is greater than you. This is greater than Arno. I understand what you feel, but this is beyond you. And if you give him that power, it will be the end of this land. Don't be so selfish." She looks at him with hate in her eyes. She hates him for the decision she has to make. And you can tell you can tell that she's trying to sort of ignore him. She knows that he tells the truth, and she doesn't want to do something that would upset you again. She knows that she's done enough of that. She's a changed person, inverted commas, person, and she doesn't want to let you down. She sort of looks back at you, tears streaming from her eyes.
Arno looks at her, deadly through her eyes, and he takes his hand and lifts her chin up, and he wipes away one of her tears, and one of his own tears drops, and he says, "It's okay. You know you cannot do this. And I know you can't either." And he bends down and kisses her on the forehead and strokes her cheek, and then steps back, and he just says, "I will always love you."
She turns to the old man. He says, "You have to do something. You have to stop this. You have the power to do this." And he's leaning on his cane, and he's labored as it is. He says, "I have not the power. What I had, I gave to you, Kivi. I gave it to you for a reason. I gave it to you to stop her from leaving. You cannot be here." The rest of you, as you again, as sort of the end of the the song comes, you see a figure appear again. This time it's more clear. You see sort of this large armored figure in a grand elven city. It's it's so blurred, you can't see a face, you can't see features, you can't see what's the true form, but you feel something is there. Arno, start to... Rebecca sort of smiles once more, and she gives a sort of courteous bow to the old man and to Kivi. And she says to you, it is your time. Shall we go now?"
Arno looks at her and looks back at Kivi and creases his mouth into a small smile and turns his back on Kivi and steps forward and takes Rebecca's hand, and he says, "I'm ready."
As you do that, you hear Garen's voice. You hear a pledge being made. You hear this, him basically making a deal, with a deity called Clothis. And, you see...
Is this something he's playing out, or just you're deciding?
I know, I'll sort of...
Okay.
So you hear him sort of making this thing. It's what he said last week. By all means, I'm not sure if you remember it.
I do.
Yeah, so you can sort of say what you said.
In the distance, you hear the words, Almighty goddess of destiny, of war, I beseech you, I ask one humble favor. Not once in my life have I ever asked of anything now, but this time I call upon a debt that you now owe me. I ask for this humble gift, just one. Spare his life. Weave a different fate in his destiny. Give him a strand. Let him live. Let him see the end of this cause. Let him. And then he kind of just whispers the last bit quietly. Let him have his final goodbye, properly on his terms. Die fighting. That bit he leaves quiet so nobody else can hear.
Arno, you look to your left, as you're sort of, and you see, a woman in, or a female form. 3 mask horns and 3 masks, one on each side.
Do I recognize her?
You do not. You don't recognize her. She seems to be at a loom, and she's sort of weaving strands of her own hair in this loom. And she's holding this sort of it's sort of like a plum bum, sort of like a pendulum as well, which seems to, she keeps, as she's threading, you have this this pendulum, and it's obviously as she goes, trying to keep it as flush as possible. You then see Gadden sort of actually, I'm going to do this. I'll give you the option here. Just, do you want to be here in this place with Arno, or do you want a separate sort of place?
This will do.
Yeah. So you see Gadden. He sort of appears, sort of as if, and you see him sort of in the same form. You see your body in his arms. And you see him holding you, and he sort of sees Clothis. And he sort of lays you down, and he stands. The rest of you see this as well, but you don't see anything else. You just see Gadden sort of lay down Arno and stand. He turns, he starts to converse with somebody. Gadden, what do you want to say to Clothis?
Mighty destiny, you stand before me. You know something? When I meet you for the first time, I didn't think it would be because I'm begging for my friend's life. That it would be in death and honor. That I somehow continued their tapestry, and like we fought fiercely to protect these realms from collapse. But I'm here now. I'm asking.
Doesn't sort of. She knows you're there, but she doesn't sort of raise her head from her. She carries on with her looming. She's stuck on a strand of her hair. The strand is thin and frayed, very frayed, to the point of nearly breaking. She regards it, and she has sort of a, I think it's one of her, I'm not sure if I get the lore right, there's a thumbnail, or I think, which has got like a blade on it. And she sort of looks at it as if she must cut it, because she needs to carry on with her loom. You hear a voice, and she says, "This is not my realm, but I have answered your prayer out of interest, if nothing else. Why should I give him his strand back? Why should I fix it? What will it give me in return? What would it give Destiny?"
You still need a fight. I don't know what happened to Theros whilst time gone. I don't know where it is. But I promise you, I have many capable friends and warriors here. He is also capable as well. I don't feel it is his time. And maybe you can make a deal. Maybe you can weave fate. I don't know. Either way, there is something in my bones that tells me if you weave him into the tapestry of another, we will be saving two worlds at the same time. I believe it. I believe it with all my heart. And he just kind of drops down on his knees.
He
Is Gadden material to me, or is it just like a spectral kind of
it's
vision?
like a
that I just
spectral
noticed?
sort of thing, it's sort of something you're seeing.
I think Arno would shout out, like Gadden.
Can you hear him?
Like, would he be able
yeah,
to hear me?
Up to you. If you want to hear him, then yeah, you can hear him.
Yeah, Arno just says it sort of testing at first to see if he can just see, or whether this is some strange astral energy where they can interact. And he'll say again, Gadden.
Wait! Him! You save him! I don't know what... When we first made the deal, I said that I would go and help Bahamut. We would do this. I don't know what's happening here, but I would trade mine for his.
Arno just says, no.
You don't get to say this.
So you can hear me. Gadden, stop. It is my time. I cannot ask you to sacrifice even more just for me.
I don't belong here. I just came on a whim and I thought I could save this realm. Not knowing that the one spell I cast, the one spell I'm very good at, it fails. Do you know what that means to a cleric of my standing?
But it
That
must have
means
failed
dog
for a
shit.
reason.
Exactly.
We've lost a party. Alright.
Exactly. It failed for a reason. It means that destiny has a different plan. I'm gonna gamble on it.
It means
bet you're
this is
part
my
of it.
destiny, my friend. I know it is hard, but you must let me go.
I'm not ready to let you go. I'm not. We aren't. You have too much to give. What about Cyril?
I know you will watch out for him. He will understand.
I'm not his brother, though. I have no relation to him.
One
Would you
minute.
have me? Would you go to my family? I don't know. My kids would never understand if I left. They didn't. I don't want to repeat the same mistake.
Lackey's bounced off. It's gone off, which is messing with all the pictures on the stream now. So I'm gonna have to jig
Do you want a moment?
some things around.
Yeah.
Not sure if
Sure.
the problem is if he comes back on, it's gonna fuck it up again. I'll just
Yeah.
ask him if he's coming back on or not. Actually, one minute. I wonder if I can do.
Placeholder.
I've got other screen.
Just do like a screenshot of Barty, just like
Apparently, there's lots on LinkedIn.
shut up. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah. Well, what I'll do is I'll just cheat. I'll just do. I'll move. We can maybe do this. It's the secret chat while we wait for we just back or not. Okay. No, that's not going to work because it's got no freaking image.
Are our images still there though? You can still see our videos, right? We're just in the wrong places.
Well, no, because there's like half spaces, so like you got like half is because the way it's like worked. I
Oh,
wonder
it
if
expanded, did it?
yeah, sort of. I wonder if I turned myself off, if I could on this, if that sort of.
Well, you've got our voices in the stream, and we can make it work.
Okay, apologies all for the images and stuff. I think if Lecky bounces back on again, we might be able to rearrange things, but for the time being, the videos are going to be slightly out of sync, because if I start messing with them and he comes back on, it's going to once more. Okay, so sorry, carry on.
Is Clothis listening to this interaction? Is she reacting in any way?
Yeah, so she looks at the red. Then she looks sort of over at what are the sort of frozen images of Bahamut and or the old man even and Kivy. She then regards Gaddon and says, "If I give you this gift, it must be paid. Debt must be paid. You know this."
I do. Name your terms.
She sorry, Corey emergency will jump back on when I probably best like don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me undo this. Sorry, all. Okay, apologies again for video. Hopefully back to regular programming. Yeah, so she just sort of places her fingers along the sort of frayed thread. And she doesn't fully repair it, but she does sort of give it a few more strands. It's still frayed and it's still weak. And she says, what's she going? I'm gonna think about it. He says, "Do not waste this gift I have given to you. The most of it. Help save this land. Not waste gift. But be warned, this gift comes at a price. price that I will tell you in another time because I haven't thought about the price. So
Arno says, as long as this price is not Gadden's to bear.
is this your wish?
He turns and he looks to Rebecca. I guess she's still waiting, smiling by the boat.
She is, yeah.
He looks back at her, and then he looks at Gadden again, and he says, "This isn't right. She can still cut the strand. Tell me why. Why can you not let me go?"
Because your story isn't done. I thought about letting you go. When you did the gamble, I played it back in my head. And I knew that I would have done the same thing as you if I didn't see the other options. And I was resisting it for a while. I was almost cold and calculating because the greater good was that the needs of the many outweighed the needs of the few. Saren stopped me from casting the earthquake, not knowing that actually that armor would have been the doom of everybody. You had the right of the way to do it, and I wish we'd come to it sooner. But selfishly, a part of me didn't want to let you go, because if you played that gambit, I know what would happen with you. I know that what would happen would be we would go to Rel Thalor, and it would be just that much harder to fight without you, knowing full well that I couldn't find my friend when we would fight the Trask, or that we would not see the blazing firebolts flying through the sky, because you are not there. And then when we finally bring down the tyrant that is Tiamat, it would be one halfling lost. So maybe it was a bit selfish for me not to let you go. I have lost already too much. I thought I was being a savior by accepting Clothis' gambit when she approached me in Oreskos, looking at the sun's mirror, and saying to me that I would be the herald and savior one day if I played my part in saving another world. And I didn't realize what it would feel like to be on the other side of pain and suffering and sadness if I was to let a friend go and tell them it's okay. You can stop fighting now. Do you know that the saddest thing about all of this is that it's not the sacrifice of somebody that makes it hard to do this. It's who you leave behind, who has to carry on, who has to live with your memory, who has to honor you every day until there's a time when you stop feeling what you feel, because you're ready to go. You're ready to touch that boat. You're ready to look at Rebecca and say, I'm ready to go. And I'm not ready for you to go, Arnold Jerko. No, I'm not ready for you to go. He just wipes his face. So I make this deal with Clothis and I pull my bargains and I say to you, you stay here and you fight. And you stay with us to the very fucking end. And we'll shove this fucking mace and every other spell we have up her rectum. And you can do this whilst writing a lyrics about it. Didn't think it would happen this way. So
Neither
here
did I. Neither did I. But it did. I was not ready to go, but stood here now, seeing what lies behind me and in front, seeing Rebecca over there, smiling, waiting for me. This is a path lay in front of me, with no bargain. And as much as I hear your words, and they sadden me greatly, and in your position I would say the same. What deal can we strike just for the fear of loss? I don't want you to hurt. I don't want anyone to hurt. But coming back just because you want me back, is this the right decision?
It is. Do you know why?
Why?
Because you only need to look at who's around you to know just how much you fit into this puzzle. So you're a key to something so much more than just self-winning and salvation. You have a legacy to leave. And you can't leave it behind. You can't just... It doesn't make sense. The tapestry would be missing a piece, the thread that would make it the way it is. So you stay put. You see it to the end. You find time with Zero. You continue your life. And don't worry about the bargain and the deal. Let the gods play with that. It is... Your fight is here and now.
You must
Arno, don't
want
leave.
this, Arno. Must be a full decision. Must be given all your heart. Not have any doubt.
I know.
When you make a bargain with destiny, you accept it like a contract. She's fickle. She demands everything from you.
I have already made my own bargains. You know this very well. Nobody
Well,
knows
tough.
contracts on bargains better than I. Gadden,
Well, yes.
goodbye. And with that, he looks at Clothis and he says, "This is for you and I to discuss. Send him away."
She doesn't make any sign. She carries on with her weave, and Gadden disappears. Gadden, your eyes open in the room with the rest of the party sort of looking at you. Confused about what has just happened.
He was on the floor, right?
Well, you've stood up, and you've you stood up. You've lain Arno's body down, and you've sort of walked off to sort of converse with, obviously, Clothis.
Yeah.
And they've heard you talking. They haven't heard the responses, but they've heard what you've said.
Okay.
From what you've said, yeah.
So he's come out of his trance and just says like, "Fuck!" And then he just slams Lightbringer down onto the ground. Just throws it in a tantrum. Fuck!
Is there anything you just want to say to him before we go back, by the way?
Well, what happened?
What did you hear? What happened? Do you know what happened?
Only your side.
So I cast the spell, and I think there's a delayed reaction to it. But Clothis, the goddess of war and destiny from my homeland, she heard the call. She's a fickle woman, but she knows what she wants. Arno needs to accept the deal. I didn't have the chance to tell him what that would look like, but I didn't want to necessarily dictate the terms to the goddess in case she smites me. But if he makes the trade, she spares his life, but the contract is now with her. and he won't do it because he's being too selfish about it. He doesn't know what the consequences are. But it's Goddess and Destiny. Her fight is always chaos. So I don't know if she's going to take the deal. I don't know if Arno will say yes to it. She's stuck in his head. I think he's stuck.
God, if that halfling comes back, I am going to slap him so goddamn hard.
Yeah, join the queue.
Arno, you see, you see Garden disappear. You see, the boat disappear. You see the lake disappear. You see Kivy and the old man disappear, and you find yourself in a workshop, like a loom. Like there are tapestries as far as the eye can see. They ordain the walls. Some of them are just immense. The life tales of so many beings. You see intricate designs of people. You see battles. You see deaths. You see births. You see everything along the walls of this this workshop hall. Clothis continues to weave with one strand, your strand, in her hand. So, halfling, what is it you wish to...
Gadon did enough with summoning you here. Now I do not know your lore or the position that you have, but I can guess. This was my choice to make, and I will not allow anybody else to bargain with you over me and my life. Before... No. If I choose to do this, I must know two things. First, how high is this cost? And will it affect more than me?
She continues her loom. No emotion, no sort of movement. A voice says, the cost may affect others. It will definitely affect you. But you have my word. It will not bring ill or maybe sadness to those you love.
Then the second thing. Gadon has made such a bargain with you before. If he knew the risks, then I trust him. That I can take the same. But I must know. Pray tell me, what did Gadon bargain with you for in his own bargain?
You open your eyes and you see the rest of the party surrounding you. You notice Gadon looking down upon you. You see Saren, eyes just opening wide. You even see some sort of, Lance, he's not prone to emotional outbursts, but even he seems to be somewhat amazed about what they have seen in front of you.
Do I look out the window and see Barty stood under a tree with his cock out? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And Tharavol's sitting in a pub somewhere going, yeah.
Rinky.
Because this wasn't
I
very
believe
important.
I can fly. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does he know that this is real, or
Well,
does it feel to him as real as the?
You don't. You're not sure. You see your friends. You obviously spit up a bit of blood. You're in a lot of pain. The fact that you're in pain and you weren't previously in pain may sort of make you feel that what has happened is real.
What?
Oh no. Oh no. Can you hear me?
Hello, sir.
Oh no. You're alive. You stupid fucking halfling! Do you have no idea what you just put us through?
Gadden was very clear about that.
Only because you are injured will I save the bitch slap I owe you for later.
I did not make that choice to hurt you. I did not make it to hurt myself. Sometimes the dice falls the way it falls.
Oh no. Shut up. Gadden, do your clericy crap and heal him.
He reaches over to Arno and offers him a hand up. And as he does, he'll have the spell heal cast to him. Okay, so he'll have a full 70 hit points brought back to him, and all of his wounds will start to stitch back together as he grabs onto his hand and pulls himself up.
Arno will take the hand and look up at you, and then he'll just embrace you.
As you embrace him and as you're looking over your shoulder and everyone's looking the other way, I look at you, I raise an eyebrow and I just go, "It means it's Sarah."
Arno nods knowingly.
My friend, I didn't think you would choose the option. I thought that you would anger a rather powerful goddess of war and destiny and deny her another thread to loom on.
Gadden, I am the master of deception here, not you. I could read how you behaved in front of her. I knew very well the danger, even if I do not know her. What you gave...
You'll be fine.
What you gave to bring her, I do not understand how... What power do you hold within you to bring gods from other realms? I feel we must talk in private sometime soon.
I don't think it's a private story. I'm happy to tell you more about my homeland. There is a pantheon.
One second. DM, did Clothis tell Arno what he asked? You don't have to say here on stream.
Yeah, he will. He will tell you. She will have told you.
Clothis will have told me. Okay, that's okay for now.
Yeah.
And Arno will just, before you go on, Gadden, he will just say, I know. And he embraces you again.
You're welcome. I'm, as you can tell, I'm not very good at this sort of stuff. I blub. But I'm glad you're back. But we don't fucking do that again, because I don't have another one of those gems. I'm going to have to fix my kid's necklace. So, and you can carry on using it afterwards. But for now, I could tell everybody more about it. But Arno, you should know what bargain I struck with Clothis once upon a time. And why I'm here in Freya. Everybody else is it's up to you whether you want to know. But the good news is that we have Arno back. But before I carry on with this sentence, did Gadden see the rest of the lake in this situation, or was he just focused on the
you will. Yeah, I think you would have seen sort of an image of it.
We don't have time. I don't think our Lord and our Holy Lord Bahamut has much strength left, and he's on borrowed time with Lionel and Kivi and possibly Rebecca. So whatever we do, we make our play and we make it hard as Relfalor, then go for the jugular and take out Tiamat. Because he's dying. I feel it. And the fact that Clothis came in is just a sign to say that I don't know how much time he has left on this realm and how much light he can hold here. So, doom and gloom aside, Arno, welcome back. You can't. And, yeah, you're welcome. He just kind of like skulks off, like just a little bit emotionally drained, and sits down. Unbeknowingly, he'll just sit down where Thranax was at some point, as if, because it's the shortest distance, he wasn't really paying attention. He's just looking to just like plop himself somewhere and just be like really disheveled and tired for a minute.
It's a mimic chair. No,
but I'm into war.
So as Garden walks off, Arno will, he's obviously healed, but I think what he's been through will probably have a bigger toll than normal wounds. So he sort of weakly turns around and he just says, "What Garden said is true. Kivi came to me, and so did the old man. Gadden saw them, but not as closely as I. He is frail, exponentially frail since the last we saw him, which was not long ago. I fear Gadden is correct. All the power and light he still holds is being channeled through Kivi and Lionel, binding Tiamat. We have not much time."
Like Gadden sort of like musters a bit of strength and says, "So as much as I'd like to rest, that fuckery we did earlier on, minimize it, because like we just, you know what it's like fighting with exhaustion. Imagine him; he had the weight in the world on his shoulders."
I suggest we rest. We heal. Because none of us are in any state to move on to Relthalor right now. Let's be truthful.
I say I agree, and let's go to the temple. It's got some juice, healing juice, like it feels good, and he just kind of like, I think this is where the delirium already settling in, because he's like making grabby hands with the air. It's just like, you can feel the magic in the air as it heals you, and it's like, oh, like an embrace.
Okay,
like a hug
you're
from a
unique.
knight.
I've like seen this like maybe once before when he gets like this. I'm like, okay, we need to go to the temple now because he's he's getting a bit loopy. Let's go to the temple.
Hang on, let me do a funeral rite here first to make sure all these bodies are not consecrated, and then the villagers can do their thing. 7 days worth it should be fine. So he casts ceremony again to make sure that the funeral rites for everybody that was not turned into a undead. They're still like, the villagers. They're okay. They don't get desecrated by any more undead. And that's kind of his last thing before he kind of just like he's a bit so before he just like scrounges a zombie's like spear and uses it as a walking stick to like kind of hobble out because he's so tired.
As you're sort of obviously you'll have this obviously great something from the other members who haven't turned up today, and they'll say their piece, and you, as you're all leaving the town hall, Arno, you sort of look back and you see Rebecca standing over Thrainax. See a sort of, you see a shade of what you think is Thrainax, but maybe in a human form. Well, you can say you can all see this. Like Thrainax in a human form. He seems to be looking at himself, patting his arms, realizing that his form is human, and he looks down at Rebecca. He smiles, looks at you, and he smiles, and you don't hear anything, but Rebecca looks at you once more, and then she looks back, and she nods her head in a sort of from left to right. Thrainax looks taken aback by this, and then you hear the scream of "No, no, no!" and tentacles come up from the ground, grab a hold of him, and start dragging him down as he screams as he's taken away. She turns to you with another smile, gives you a wave, and then disappears.
Well, that was not something I ever care to see again. And then she turns to Arno and reaches over and pulls her necklace back off him that she'd put on him when she thought he'd kicked the bucket. And she leans down and says, "If they say I kissed you on the forehead, they're lying. It never happened." And then I walk off towards the temple.
Oh, dear. I laugh and I clap my hand on your shoulder, Arlo, and I say, This is going to be a very, very long conversation after we've poured some drinking to you at some point in the near future, I'm sure.
Nope, it never happened, and I am never thinking about it again. He's alive. All is good. Let's go and rest, and then we go on to Relthalor. This didn't happen, but Thrainax is dead, and that's good.
Tharaval and Ceravel sort of kind of walk up to you, and Tharaval says, "Oh, there's a lot of dust in this room. Very dusty. I'm glad you're alive. I think we all need a drink. Let's go." And sort of walks out with his brother, sort of kind of rubbing his eyes.
Sort of drops his head down, sort of looking at his feet in the ground as he walks slowly, and he just smiles to himself.
I'm just doing this as flavor. I hope you don't mind, Matt.
Yep.
As he slows, Gadden is purposely going slow, so he lets everybody else go ahead of the party, except for when he reaches Arno. Oh well, Arno, kind of him kind of are parallel, and he says, "Hey, so about that bargain." And he puts his finger out and touches Arno, and then, as if like he's done something, he's pulled a golden thread, and he goes, "You remember what I said about destiny?" He winks and then just disappears, and the thread disappears as well. And it's like in a shimmer and a sparkle, and he just carries on pretending to be tired.
Anno watches him move on and smiles again. And then I guess, Matt, you'll tell me what Clothis told me. Just playing into that right now.
Yeah, well,
Well, you can tell me privately.
Yeah, we're probably gonna leave it here, to be fair. We're like leaving 11 o'clock, and you know, we can carry on. But I'll give you some bits and pieces. There is going to be, I'll tell you, I suppose you can know now, but basically,
You don't have to say anything.
Yeah,
don't spoil anything.
No, don't say anything.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
But there will be a no, listen. You know there's going to be a debt. There's going to be a debt to pay. All right, that debt may be a mechanic that I add to your resurrected character. Okay. So I have an idea on what I'm going to do with it. There's going to be an end game debt, but there's going to be a sort of kind of recurring debt as well. With that as well, you loot wise, so everybody is now level 17. We're very close to our level 20 goal, so maybe another year we'll get there. You've got
before 2030.
You've all got you found a wand of binding. You've got a spell scroll, 7th level spell scroll, a potion of greater healing, bootlaces that tie themselves when commanded to do so, and a silver bracelet in the shape of a snake that slowly curls and moves around the arm. You will also be given, I'm not going to give you loads of gold and stuff like that, because in theory it's technically the villagers sort of gold, so I'm probably gonna maybe within the chat ask what you want, and then you can sort of negotiate with the locals about how much you take from them. With also finally the armor. So I'm gonna give you the it's gonna be called Fate armor now. Okay, so the armor's there with the dice within it, but it has 2 effects. All right, I'll give you the 2 effects. You can ignore damage, so that the armor will, it's sort of kind of a less powerful version of what it was, but you can ignore damage that is critical damage, or a critical hit even. That's aimed at your chest and stuff. You can ignore it, but that damage is stored, and I roll a dice, and that is where that damage is going to go. I'm not going to tell you who it goes to. I'm going to roll a dice from the table I have, and that damage will go to that person. If you take the damage, even if it's a miss, so if you take the damage, that is, so if he throws it and it misses, but you accept the damage, or if you just accept it when it's a hit, if you accept the damage, when it's a miss, I will give you, it will store that damage in the dice, and at a certain point of my choosing, once that damage has reached a certain amount, you may release that damage out.
Why am I getting Black Panther for? Why are you giving me vibranium armor? Why is this vibranium armor?
Yeah,
sorry, I kind of want it.
It doesn't have to be. Like, it's whoever can take it, can take it. But it's but it is.
I'm guessing it's heavy armor, so
yeah,
it's only...
you're not going to be able. Yeah.
Lance and maybe Gadden that can wear it.
Or
No, I have only medium.
or
medium
Niacil.
coated.
Oh,
Niacil,
Niacil
yeah.
and
Yeah, Niacil.
Lance. Yeah.
But it will sort of expand that, but it does mean you have to take that damage. So you are taking damage to store the damage. So you're taking it to be stored for later on. So you've got two things at work, but one is sort of like you're being selfish, the other one is you're being honorable, so it's down to you how you decided to deal with that. They both have effects that can affect you and others effectively, and that's just sort of obviously the way it is with it. So that's what that armor. So you've got those, you've got that, all the things I've said, and obviously we can discuss other bits and pieces in the downtime. With that, we're probably not going to be back until the end of until September now, are we? Because people have got holidays and things like that. So yeah, unfortunately, we've had such a good turnout for views today as well. So everybody who's watching,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
loads
Thanks,
of people
guys.
watching us cry, even though we knew what was going on. I was still getting emotional about it. I was still getting emotional about it. So yeah, please join us. Will we be back? We will be back. It's probably going to be the end of. It's probably going to be September now because summer holidays and things. People are going to be off, so we can't get everybody together. Despite having 2 missing people today, it's just not going to be achievable over the next sort of kind of 3 or 4 weeks. So we will be back. Fingers crossed. In and around we'll aim for the 3rd of September if we can. I will post otherwise but on a Thursday night at 8:30, join us, Amber. But for tonight, for another good session, I've been Mercury. With me has been the resurrected Arno Jerkel. Conrad is Arno Jerkel.
I'm back.
Michael is Tharval Eldon, who's currently drunk in Belfast somewhere.
Fly! He's flying! He's flying!
We have Jace's brother Gadden.
Well, I'm a bit of a playmaster, aren't I?
Lecky as Bartholomew Pringle, standing outside a tree with his cock out. In a farm somewhere. Marcus Lantz. Whiskey.
yeah.
And Vic as Saren Sanguine.
Make sure you bitch slap your halfling today.